Hey everybody, this is Carter Arrington. Today I'm going to be talking about some rhythm guitar concepts and mainly focusing on this thing I think of as the 16th note grid. It's a way to think about time in this style. If you work on this stuff, it's going to help your just overall rhythm playing. You're going to feel tighter in it. It's going to help you lock in with a band and just feel more comfortable playing funk and other rhythm styles. Let's talk about the hands first. So over here on the right hand, I'm holding the pick with my thumb and index finger. Okay, I'm using downstrokes and upstrokes, and most importantly, I'm using wrist motion, not arm motion. Arm motion is like, you're just fighting your way through the strings. It doesn't sound very good and it doesn't feel very good. So wrist motion, the kind of, if you want to dial this in or it feels funky or you can't get it, think of it like shaking out a match or shaking water off your hands. But if you do that, you just kind of cut through the strings without a lot of effort. It sounds natural and easy. Over here on the left hand, we've got a D9 chord. This is like the quintessential funk guitar chord. And basically we've got the middle finger on the 5th fret, 5th string, index finger on the 4th fret, 4th string, and then your ring finger is barring across the top 3 strings on the 5th fret. That gives us this. Okay. So what your left hand is really going to be doing throughout this whole thing is we're going to alternate between sustaining a chord and muting a chord. The way we achieve that is going to be when you're sustaining a chord, you just put pressure down on it like you would any other time you're playing guitar. Hold the chord as you normally would. When you want the muted chunks, you just take all the pressure off. So your fingers are still hanging out on the strings, and it still kind of looks like I'm holding the chord, but I'm not putting any pressure down. So we've got pressure, no pressure, chord, no chord, sustain, dead. And that's kind of what's going on with your right and your left hand. So if we're thinking about time, and we've got a pulse or a tempo, a lot of us are probably used to counting in quarter notes or just counting along with a song. So if we've got a tempo like this, counting along would just go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. So you're just kind of keeping track of the beat. Now, what we're going to be doing here, we're going to be doing this thing called subdividing. Okay, so we're looking at other like more notes inside of this click. So the easiest one to do is eighth notes. Okay, that's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and in funk music and in a lot of other styles, 16th notes are kind of the game plan. So those are gonna be 4 notes inside each one of these clicks, and that's gonna go like this: taka 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 taka. If you're gonna count them with syllables, which is how I initially learned how to do it, it goes 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. The nice thing about using syllables is it lets you know kind of where each one of these 16th notes is landing. It's giving each one of them a different name, and it's just going to feel a little easier to find. So what we're going to be doing once we kind of bring our hands into play, we're going to be isolating each one of these 16th notes and feeling them out. Okay, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do the E of the beat, E, 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 E. Then the and, and then the So we're going to have 6 different exercises we're going to roll through. The whole idea is our right hand is always moving down and up, and our left hand is alternating between stabbing a chord and playing these dead chunks that we got. So we're going to go through each one of those 4 16th notes and just get a feel for where they're landing. So number 1 is just going to be the downbeat. And also, I'm going to use a click with this just so we can keep ourselves honest. 2, 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Okay. So the next part of the beat is going to be the E. So it's going to be 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Okay, this happens on an upstroke. People have a tendency to rush this because it's a little jarring. It's feeling the other side of the beat. We're used to feeling stuff on the downbeat a lot of the time. So it's a good one to take some time with for sure. So let's check that one out. 3, 4 E and 1, Cool. Number 3, we're gonna have the and of the beat. This kind of winds up being a reggae feel, which is pretty cool. So that's gonna go 1 E and So we got another one on the downstroke. This might feel a little more natural than the one we just did. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and like that. So here we go. 1, 2, 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. All right, so the last one is going to be on the of the beat, and this is kind of the funkiest one to me. I always like this one, but we're going to have 1 E and So we've got another upstroke, 16th note. So that's once again that's easy to rush. So just kind of keep yourself honest. So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3 E and 4 E and 1 E. Tough one. All right, so if you want to really test yourself and see if you've really got it, the 5th exercise is going to be just running all 4 of them 4 times in a row without stopping. So we're going to do 4 of the downbeat ones. Then you're going to do 4 of the E of the beat, 4 of the ands, and then 4 of the uhs. So let's do it with the click. 1, 2, 3 E and 4 E and 1, 4 All right. So then kind of the real test is, if you want to kind of give yourself a challenge, just try to play each one of those 1 time instead of 4. So now we're gonna cycle across. So each beat we're gonna be doing a different 16th note. 1, 2, 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. So how does this work in relation to a guitar groove, an actual rhythm part? So let's say we have a groove kind of like this. This groove is 1 bar long. Everything we've been talking about thus far has been 1 beat. So it's just kind of taking what we've already learned and doing it 4 times. So if I look at beat 1 of this groove, I've got down, up, 1 E and playing all 4. Beat number 2 is going to be 1 E and So it's going to be just like exercise number 3. We got dead scratch on 1 and E, or 2 and E, and then we're going to do downstroke on and a scratch on So if I just take the first half and play it and leave the space on beats 3 and 4, it'll sound like this. Okay, beat 3, we've got 3 E and So we're hitting just right on the downbeat and then on the A of the beat. Just like that, okay? So we're going to put those 3 together. I'll leave space on the 4th beat. Okay, and then beat number 4 is just all scratch. So 4 E and Speed it up. You can count along. Just like that. Another groove that's super famous that we've heard 100 million times is James Brown's "The Sex Machine." It's a great groove, and that goes pretty much like this. we can break this down too. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. So you don't have to scratch out every 16th note. It just helps you keep track of where you're at. So you can play this with all the scratches. But if you play it closer to what they had on the record. So it just kind of helps us feel that time. If we're feeling those 16th notes, we're going to drop right into the pocket and it's going to feel good. So just to recap, we talked about all 4 16th notes that happen in each beat. We had the 1, we had the E, we had the and the If you're looking for other ways to work on this, obviously the exercises I've already talked about are handy. You can have a metronome on in the car. You don't even need a guitar to do this. You can just sit there and clap along with a metronome. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Counting is utterly critical. I didn't do it for years, and it made everything so much more difficult. When I started to count, everything got tighter immediately. It's a huge difference. Recording yourself is the other thing that will really help out a lot, because tape doesn't hide anything. You're going to hear exactly what you sound like. You're going to know instantly if you're in the pocket or if you're out and just you're not sure of where you're at. So anyways, try all those things out, and hopefully your guitar rhythm skills will improve with time. If you want to keep in touch, feel free to visit carterarrington.com or facebook.com/carterarringtonmusic. Thanks a lot, and see you next time. Hey, this is Carter Arrington. If you enjoyed this video, the best thing that you can do is go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel. You'll be notified anytime I release any new videos, and it's just a good way to keep in touch. Thanks.